Boston just took over in the third quarter. Our starting lineups presented by Kia, Joseph, Caldwell Pope, Wagner, Banchero, and Carter for the Magic. Boston, White, Holiday, Brown, Horford in the starting lineup, along with Porzingis. They can mix and match at that 4 and 5 position. Celtics went 61 and 21 during the regular season. 2 of those losses came to the Orlando Magic. Boston tried to become the first team to repeat as champions since Golden State did it in 2017, 2018. We are underway in Boston. The Celtics control the tip. Holiday on a bounce, Porzingis attacking, and it's blocked inside. Carter getting there defensively, Wagner flying to the rim, but it rolls off.
Missed opportunity, but that's important for Orlando to get stops, get out in transition before Boston's defense can get set.
Brown is matched up with the big Carter out on the perimeter. Brown lets it fly, bottom, a 3.
And that's Boston's game. Multiple guys shooting threes, great confidence, but so much pressure on your individual defense guarding them.
NBA record, 1,457 three-pointers this season. That was an average of 17.8 per game. Also set the record for most three-point attempts. Out on the perimeter, Wagner against Porzingis. Pull-up is good.
Right there, Wagner at his size, 6'10", right off the bounce. Does most of his damage in the paint for the Magic.
Such a big front line with Wagner, Banchero, and Carter. Holiday off. Offensive rebound, Porzingis. Horford into the hands of Brown. He takes it around Wagner and scores.
And with the shooting and the spacing on the floor, you have to take the initiative to guard and not let those straight line drives if you're the Magic. And once again, Orlando pushing it. Off of turnovers, off of made baskets, trying to speed things up, gets an easy opportunity.
Turnovers a problem in game 1 for Orlando. They had 15 of them. Boston scored 24 points off of those mistakes. Holiday switching hands, comes up short. Push up the floor. Wagner, drive and kick. Carter doesn't take the 3. Instead, he's going to use the mismatch physically and gets rejected by Porzingis. White picked up by Banchero. Horford clears the area. White off the dribble. Floater no good. Horford got his hands on it, but it's claimed by Banchero.
Real physical in there. Wagner trying to block out Horford.
The veteran Corey Joseph lays it in on a spin to the rim. 14th year in the NBA.
And you see a trend here. 3 times. You saw Franz push it, now Corey Joseph. So certainly an adjustment early for the Magic.
Holiday getting physical with Joseph. Kick it out. Horford, 17 straight games with at least 1 three-pointer made for Al Horford. Just think about the guy that came into the NBA to what he is today. And it also shows you the evolution of the game, that Al Horford was a traditional big when he entered the league.
Well, he reinvented his game to extend his career. And, wow, one of the best floor spacing bigs in all of the NBA.
8-6 lead for the Celtics. Brown trying to add to it. Puts it up. Off the heel. Kept alive by Porzingis. Holiday draws Banchero. Extended possession now for the Celtics. Post-up opportunity. Horford muscles it up in the crowd. And it's knocked outside to Banchero off the miss. Boston is 3 of 9 from the field. Banchero, bully ball. He was looking for a call. Magic now 3 of 7. White on a stop and go, and Joseph doesn't bite. 2-point lead for the Celtics. Holiday on a bounce for Brown. Forced to toss it near the rim, and there was a hold underneath. Caldwell Pope got a grab of Horford.
And right here, dribble penetration. You have to help. The defense collapses. And you talked about it, Al Horford. You know, his first 8 NBA seasons, just 21 threes made from deep. The last 10 seasons, 955 threes. So he is a weapon out there, also can pass the ball as well as any big.
The block by Banchero, and then the turnover. Joseph dribbling through traffic. Set it up, Banchero. 8-6 Celtics. High-low action, and Porzingis steps in front for the steal. Up the floor, Holiday. Early offense for Brown. Post up, and a deuce.
And that's something that Jaylen Brown's done more of this season, getting into the post, using his strength and touch inside, and taking advantage of the mismatch against the smaller Joseph.
10-6, Boston, 7:35 to go in this first quarter. Banchero, the roll man. Wagner protects himself and gets the bucket.
And I don't know how he made that shot right there. Porzingis coming over from the weak side. Degree of difficulty on 10.
You know you're going to get scoring from Wagner and Banchero. The question is, who else for Orlando? Brown? No, he missed it off the window. Cleared by Carter. Magic down by 2, pushing the tempo again. Joseph, deep corner, off the rim.
And that's been their Achilles heel all season. Lack of three-point shooting. Those opportunities will be there. They got to step up and make them with confidence.
Last in the NBA, three-pointers made per game, 11.2. Porzingis misses from the perimeter. Magic finished 27th in offensive rating, 2nd in defensive rating, so they really hung their hat on being a tough, physical defensive squad. And we saw it in game 1. Wagner for Banchero. Shot clock is down to 5. Banchero lines it up. In and out. Horford, the quick clear. White, lob it, Porzingis. ISO, he's fouled. Free throws coming up for the Boston Celtics, who lead the Magic 10-8 early in Mass. 5 NBA playoffs are presented by Google. We're back here in Boston. No Jason Tatum tonight for the Celtics. With more on that, we check in with Stephanie.
Hey there, Ian. Yes, he was listed as doubtful all the way up until this afternoon, and obviously he is not playing. He is on the bench, though, with his teammates, and the official injury is listed as a distal radius on the right side, a bone bruise, essentially on his wrist. The good news for Celtics fans is that it really is a situation of how much pain can Jason Tatum tolerate. So he actually is day to day. They're going to have to evaluate how he feels every single day. Guys, it's all depending on how much he can take, but also keeping in mind what the team needs. They understand how deep they are. Is it important that they get him back in this first round at all?
Stephanie, he had never missed a playoff game. He had played 114 out of 114 games prior to this in the postseason. It was a flagrant one against Kentavious Caldwell-Pope that was called in the fourth quarter. Initially, the feeling was, oh, it's going to be okay, and then you do an MRI, you see, oh wait, there is some damage there.
And thankfully nothing too serious. Could have been a lot worse. Certainly a wrist, a fracture of some sort, so he'll be back soon enough. And they will hold down the fort until he gets back.
In and out for Wendell Carter Jr., the NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Peyton Pritchard for the Celtics getting ready to check in. Porzingis missed it on a straightaway tray. The versatility of Banchero. He can bring the ball across, which he does. Carter thought about it. Banchero one-on-one with Brown. Now they get Wagner involved. 8 to shoot. Celtics lead by 3. Diagonal, Joseph for the tie. Book it.
And that was important right there. We talked about somebody stepping up, but the drive by Wagner, collapsing that defense. Joseph knocking down that 3.
He's got 5 points. He averaged 3.5 per game during the season. And the first Magic player off the bench is going to be Caleb Houston. Brown kicking around the perimeter. Porzingis way off. White is there, and he's fouled by Banchero. That's number 2 on Banchero. It never hit the rim. White understands angles, and now we'll get a chance to shoot a pair.
And all the rotations, Orlando got caught in rotation. No one there to block out Derek White. So smart and so crafty, Derek White. Just does whatever is needed for Joe Mazzulla and his team.
White is coming off a 30-point performance, 7 of 12 from long range in game 1. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. Peyton Pritchard getting a big hand from this Boston crowd. He was given the trophy pregame for winning Kia Sixth Man of the Year. Pritchard, 14.3 points, 3.5 assists, just under 4 rebounds per game, and a steal coming off the bench for Boston, now in year number 5 in the league.
And had 23 games with 20-plus points off the bench. The most of any Celtics player since Kevin McHale.
Whoa.
Rarefied air.
Joseph, body bump. Leaves it. Banchero on target with a 3.
And he's been knocking down that 3 ball. Did a good job in game 1. And he hits that with consistency. He is unguardable.
White draws the double team. Horford looking to pass out of the post. Brown fly by Banchero, and Brown makes him pay as he snaps in a triple.
And that's not easy. Shot fake, reload, gather, knock it in.
10 points for Jaylen Brown. Banchero is fouled. Holiday was the last line of defense, and it is a shooting foul.
Right here, Banchero, pick and pop, knocking down with confidence from 3. And on the other end, Jaylen Brown. Look, great closeout here by Paolo. But Jaylen Brown able to knock it down. And we talked about how many threes that Boston shoots, but Magic are one of the best at keeping or guarding the three-point line in the NBA, and that will be tested here in this game.
Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Get the latest scores, highlights, behind-the-scenes access to all the drama. Download the NBA app today, powered by Microsoft. Jamal Mosley, in his 4th year as the head coach of the Magic, asked him about game 1 reaction. He said turnovers. We've talked about it over and over again. He said everybody locked in on the 3rd quarter where the game got away from the team. He said the coaching staff watched it again, and they boiled it down to basically 4 possessions where the game turned, and showed the team that that's how tenuous this is, especially when you get to this stage.
So fragile.
Sam Hauser in for the Celtics. Brown, step back, no good. Cleared by Carter. Magic with a chance to gain the lead here. Banchero put it down low. Pritchard gets his hands on it. And we got a jump ball. Holiday also got his hand on it, but they're pointing at Pritchard. James Williams, Ed Malloy, Brent Barnaky are officiating crew.
And you have to be careful when Drew Holiday is around and you put the ball on the floor. He has great hands, great anticipation, almost forces a turnover there, and we'll have that jump ball. And Holiday guarded Paolo Banchero a bunch in game 1 and had great success defensively against him.
Isn't that the secret sauce for Boston, just the switchable pieces that they have defensively?
Yeah, the guards can guard bigs. Multiple guys can defend. Defensively, they just take you out of your action, in part because of guys like Holiday and White and the entire team.
Banchero and Pritchard jumping it up.
Pritchard's trying to win this.
He is. Contact, and it's a loose ball foul as Anthony Black hits the floor hard, and it was Jaylen Brown who was trying to take in that loose ball that was knocked into the backcourt.
A tough break there for Jaylen Brown. Looked like Black went in the air and just got nudged a little bit. Came down, lost balance. Very hard foul.
Magic are shooting 46% from the field. Boston's just at 29%, but the Celtics do have 4 offensive rebounds. Banchero one-on-one with Pritchard. Help from Hauser. Find the open man Houston, not looking to shoot. Caldwell Pope got bumped by Holiday. So that's going to be number 2 on Drew Holiday.
And you saw right away when Paolo was isolating, they ran Hauser at him, not letting him isolate one-on-one with the smaller Pritchard. And Drew Holiday trying to close out, just got called for a foul right there. But the defensive rotations, how in sync Boston is. I mean, you see why they're the defending world champions, how they compete and commit on that end of the ball.
So again, because of the multi-dimensional talents, Holiday goes to the bench. Cornette replaces him. They just shift everybody over a spot. Horford now at the 4. Banchero bangs it in, and Orlando grabs the lead. Magic actually led by 1 at the end of the first half in game 1. Jonathan Isaac in the game for the Magic. Hauser defended by the lengthy Isaac. Pritchard again draws Banchero. Pritchard, cross, drive, stutter, missed it on the interior.
And you saw Paolo remove his hands, making sure not to reach in against the crafty Pritchard.
Banchero playing with 2 fouls. He'll cross, jumper, no good. Rebound snatched by Brown. Under 3 minutes to go now in this opening quarter. Brown, he gets fouled by Black from behind. He beat him off the dribble, and Black in desperation hacks him. Step aside, more first quarter action coming up.
Today. Thank you, brother. Don't forget to download the FanDuel Sports app. Your home for live same-game parlays and all throughout the playoffs. And tonight's question is, who wins tonight? Simple. Magic or Celtics? Well, the Celtics. Ooh, I have to agree with you.
All right, straight to the point.
Yeah, Chuck didn't seem very enthused with his answer.
You think that was the rehearsal, or?
I'm not sure. You know,
Where's Chuck GPT?
You know, we had that the other night.
Yeah.
It was, I bet Shaq broke it.
Good. Brought good energy. Brown at the free throw line. 4 team fouls against Orlando. And we're tied at 17. Brown's been dealing with a bone bruise in his right knee. Cost him some games down the stretch. It's been an issue. He's obviously played through it. He's looked very spry here in this first quarter. Now has 11 points and tacks on another. 12 of Boston's 18 points belong to Jaylen Brown. 1 point lead for the Celtics.
The Celtics now with a 1-3-1 matchup zone. To throw them off some rhythm coming out of that timeout.
Cole Anthony in the game. Flip it. Isaac, one dribble, kick. Wagner lines it up. Rips out. Rebounded by Brown.
It looked like Wagner was a little hesitant to shoot that.
Veteran Gary Harris also in the game. Currently matched up with Brown. There is a runway for Brown, but he can't get around Harris initially. 6 to shoot. Brown taken away by Harris. Black running. And Black puts it in off the window. He had 2 defenders in the area, Hauser and Pritchard. It did not stop 21-year-old Anthony Black.
And that's Orlando's game. They force turnovers at a high level, create offense off their defense, will help with the scoring for sure.
A lot of dribbling right now from Jaylen Brown. Porzingis pivots. And a foul against Black. Black thought he got him clean.
And right here, good defense, getting on the floor for those loose balls, and once again, get out transition before the Celtics defense can get set. Orlando was second in the NBA behind the Thunder at forcing turnovers. And Boston is a team that really values the basketball as well as any team, but certainly a strategy for the Magic to try to score some more points in this game.
Take a look at the upcoming NBA playoff schedule. NBA TV tomorrow night. The Nuggets and the Clippers, Game 3. That series tied at 1-1. Friday, ESPN. Celtics will be at Orlando for Game 3. Lakers and Timberwolves. And then NBA TV and ESPNU, the Pacers and the Bucks in Game 3 with Indiana up 2-0. Celtics commit just 11.9 turnovers per game.
And they're committing to this sort of zone matchup defense.
Wagner, he flips it over Porzingis for 2.
And he made that look easy right there. Attacking the big man, not settling. Franz Wagner.
Pritchard, lob it up. Foul is called. Luke Cornett was trying to catch it and had his legs taken out from under him.
Right there, go right at the shot blocker. Wagner, you forget, once again, 6'10", loves to get to that right hand and scores at a high volume for the Magic in the paint. I think averaged 13 points per game in the paint. Most by a Magic player since one Dwight Howard.
Another free throw here for Luke Cornett. Celtics went 13 of 18 at the free throw line in Game 1. The Magic shot just 11 free throws And that's something Boston has done well. Jamal Mosley well aware of it. They allow the fewest free throw attempts in the NBA at 17.7 per game.
Yeah, making them score and not foul is so important to Joe Mazzulla and the defense. And, you know, Orlando, not a great three-point shooting team.
No.
They have slashers. They have guys that seek contact, physicality, and live there at the free throw line. So well done in game one. Can Boston continue with that great defense?
Magic just 1 of 2 at the line so far in this opening quarter. Anthony under a minute to go. First quarter. And that ball gets deflected over to Hauser. Brown. Pritchard, knock away by Wagner. So just a little out of sorts here offensively. Not as crisp for the Celtics what we saw in the second half in game one. Step back Jay, Anthony, no good. Pritchard gets into it quickly. Pritchard around Anthony, he's fouled. Isaac was helping out. Contact from Cole Anthony and free throws for Peyton Pritchard.
And that's Pritchard's game. Always pushing the pace there. Nothing in terms of a fast break, but saw the opening, getting downhill. We know Pritchard can shoot the ball from the three-point line, but so good with the footwork, the skill, and the crafty play getting to the rim and to the free throw line.
Foul called against Anthony. Pritchard shoots it at 85%. It was a runaway win in the 6th Man of the Year voting for Peyton Pritchard. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Make every playoff moment more on America's #1 sportsbook. Isaac sits, and Cornette will do the same. Al Horford back in. Banchero returns for the final 30 seconds of this opening quarter. Second one is off the mark. Boston leads by 2. 6-second difference. Shot clock to game clock winding down in this first quarter. Anthony has a screen from Banchero. 7 to shoot. Anthony, cross, kick. Wagner, jumper, doesn't go. Celtics have time. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Pritchard, bump, Banchero, Pritchard at the horn. It's short. End of 1 in Boston. The Celtics own a 23-21 lead over the Magic. 2-7 matchup in the Eastern Conference. Boston trying to take a 2-0 lead in this first round series. And first round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. Beautiful Wednesday night here in Boston. First round coverage brought to you by NerdWallet. 23-21. The Celtics lead it moments ago. Stephanie with Orlando head man Jamal Mosley.
Thank you so much, Coach. Before the game, we talked about small possessions. How do you all think you've done so far?
I think we've given up too many offensive rebounds, and then some of those possessions are the fouls. We got to do a much better job defending without fouling, and we got to clean up the offensive glass.
And speaking of defending, you know this Boston team is going to shoot three-pointers. How would you assess your three-point defense?
I think we've done a great job of getting out the shooters. Again, it's to clean up the offensive rebounds that we got to make sure we take care of. Those are extra possessions that we are not able to get back.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And Grant, they did limit the turnovers in that first quarter.
Yeah, just 2 turnovers. They had 15 in that first game one. 24 Celtics points off of that as Porzingis knocks down the mid-range jump shot. But defending without fouling, as Jamal Mosley talked about, is so important.
Black accelerates. Porzingis gets a piece. Isaac, couple of pumps, gets it back. 9 to shoot. Harris swing. Black takes the baseline. Great speed. And that's a grown man's jam. Anthony Black.
That was impressive. Wow, 7-1 Luke Cornette there. Black dunking it with 2 hands on the baseline. Wow.
Boston is shooting just 30% in this first half, yet they lead by 2. Only have 6 field goals. Porzingis lets it fly, can't hit the 3. Cornette offensive board. So another one for the Celtics. Pritchard thought about a logo attempt. Harris digs in defensively. Porzingis has the smaller Anthony, and the bank shot doesn't go, but a foul.
Porzingis, great footwork, likes to operate there in the mid-post. You can't really double team. The length can get his shot off anytime. And Anthony Black, the previous play, missed a three-pointer badly. That time attacked the closeout for the highly efficient dunk.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offensive rebounds 5-2 in favor of Boston, so second chance opportunities, third chance opportunities for the Celtics. And Porzingis trying to cash in after missing the first free throw attempt.
And if you're Jamal Mosley, you're happy. I mean, obviously you want to clean some things up, but you're not allowing Boston to go on these spurts. You know, it creates a frenzy when they get turnovers, they get in transition. The game, the pace is slowing down. And this is for Orlando just staying attached here. So important.
Teardrop doesn't go. Wagner. The follow is knocked to the outside, claimed by White. Magic trying to get back defensively. The lane opens up, and White finishes with a left hand.
There was just a highway right there to the basket. No one's stopping the basketball. And once again, Derek White always making the right read.
Black draws attention. And defensive 3 seconds, the call against Boston. Free throw here with Wagner heading to the line.
Yeah, there's 3-4 guys there from Orlando. Nobody's stepping up to stop the ball, and Derek White seizing the opportunity to get to the rim for the easy two.
Wagner shoots it at 87%. This is just the third free throw attempt for the Magic. 14 attempts for Boston so far in the first half. Joe Mazzulla, we asked him about the matchup. He said, look, we know Orlando is extremely physical. That is what they do, and that's what we prepare for, recognizing that it's going to be that kind of series.
Yeah, and he was kind of smiling, like excited.
I think he likes it.
Like he kind of likes the physicality and an opportunity to play against that, but certainly knowing your opponent.
Banchero with the poster.
Wow, I love that right there. Banchero not settling against the smaller Holiday, getting to the rim. Wow.
28-26 Celtics. Holiday back in. Holiday draws two defenders. It leaves Pritchard open. Automatic. It's a three.
Yeah, a little confusion there defensively, but so smart. Holiday drawing two, leading to the easy three.
31-26 Celtics. Black using the Isaac screen, takes it all the way, missed it with the left hand. It leaks back out to Black. Banchero stumbling, gathers, denied. He got smothered by Porzingis. Skip it. They have time to work with on the shot clock. Holiday drags the defender with him and takes it in against Black. Timeout, Orlando. Celtics on a hot stretch. They've got their largest lead of this first half. Moments presented by Emirates Airline.
And fly right here indeed. Attack mode. Banchero against the taller Porzingis with two hands. And once again, staying aggressive, getting points in the paint. Banchero getting it done for the Magic. Of course, the question is, who else is going to step up and help with Banchero and Wagner? And speaking of help, right now, Boston's starting to find their rhythm. They're getting the crowd involved here. Dangerous time for the Magic. Timely, and a turnover off the inbounds pass.
Hauser can't hit the three, and it's tracked down by Caldwell Pope. Third quarter is where things unraveled in game one for the Orlando Magic. Can they stay connected tonight here in the second? Caldwell Pope, they needed a three, and it rolls out. 33-26 Celtics. Pritchard gets his way inside, but missed it. Wagner touches it last, out of bounds.
And this second unit, Pritchard and Hauser, they shoot a high volume of three-pointers. Certainly have to continue to guard the three-point line, but Pritchard also adept at getting downhill.
Porzingis, big finish off the inbound feed.
And what a screen by Pritchard to get Porzingis wide open. As we said, dangerous time right now for the Magic.
7-0 run. The lead is now 9 for the defending champions. Banchero. Double team. Black tried to split defenders. He turns it over. Porzingis gets it ahead. Pritchard with Banchero. Waits for his teammates, and now Holiday will settle things down here for the Celtics. Porzingis turns on Black. Porzingis scores off the window. And another timeout called by the Magic. 9-0 run. It's a Boston barrage. It's a double-digit deficit now for the Magic. We check in with Stephanie Reddy.
Guys, when we spoke with head coach Jamal Mosley before the game, I asked him specifically about their plan against the three-pointer by the Boston Celtics, and he said that they have specific defensive assignments for each different three-point shooter. For example, with Porzingis and with White, you want to give them no air, no space, get in their chest, make them put it on the floor. Each player, you have to guard a specific way, whether they're in a screen and roll or if it's a closeout. Grant, how challenging is that when you have this many three-point shooters and that many different assignments?
It's incredibly challenging, and it requires great concentration, for this Magic ball club. 8 guys all shooting at a high clip. This team takes 48 threes a game, set an NBA record. And so defending the line a must, and actually maybe one of the best offensive possessions there for the Magic. Great ball movement leading to that easy dunk by Carter.
So Wendell Carter cuts into the Boston lead. White misses on the 3-ball. Something Jamal Mosley added. He tells his players, you got to guard your yard. Know your assignment. And another big slam. This time it's Wagner rocking the rim.
That's Magic basketball attacking, but you're right, guarding your yard. See, the instinct is to help when there's dribble penetration, but when you do help, you leave a shooter. And you got great decision makers who will find the open shooters, and Porzingis unable to convert, but certainly very efficient there in that post.
Carter holds up defensively against Porzingis. 37-30 Celtics. Wagner takes it strong, finishes, and the foul.
And out of that timeout there, 3 straight possessions offensively. The Magic getting downhill to the paint before the lane opened up. Wagner gets downhill. We know he likes to get to that right hand. Turned down the screen from Wendell Carter. Got to the rim. And now a 3-point play opportunity, but the Magic finding some life here in this second quarter.
Key injuries for the Magic. Franz's brother Mo Wagner, torn ACL, left knee, and then Jalen Suggs, left knee cartilage tear. And it affected this team. The heart and soul, Suggs a leader, Wagner an emotional leader as well.
Well, they missed both of them. When you talk about the 3 leading scorers, Wagner, Suggs, and Banchero, they only played just 6 games together this entire season. So injuries have played a role in how this season's played out.
Drew Holiday takes it to the hole.
Big time move, Drew. A lot left in those legs.
That ends a 7-0 run. Brown is defending Wagner. The sweeping move by Franz Wagner.
And you know he's going to go right, and still capable of getting there.
Pritchard gets to the rim.
And talk about change of pace right there. Great hesitation move by Pritchard.
3-point shooting, Orlando is 2 of 9. They finished last in the NBA in percentage, 31.8%. Joseph to Banchero, double team, and now single coverage with Pritchard. Shot clock is winding down. Banchero forced to give it up. Caldwell Pope can't hit the 3. It's been that kind of year for him from long range. Pritchard, pedal to the metal. Porzingis is fouled. Wendell Carter Jr. and Porzingis having a moment with the fans.
Fan favorite, as Jason Tatum approves of Porzingis' effort. But right there, Banchero a little late getting back in transition, was on the offensive glass, and just great awareness finding the streaking Porzingis. And he is a crowd favorite here in Boston, celebrating with the fans.
Right now, let's take a look at our Google search trends tonight. And without Jason Tatum in the lineup, the search trend has been Jaylen Brown stats without Tatum, spiking plus 200% in the United States. We do not have numbers from the Philippines. We'll look into it. But here's something, Grant. The last time the Celtics had a playoff game without Jason Tatum, this was their starting lineup. Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, Jay Crowder, Kelly Olynyk, and Al Horford. That was 2017.
Oh, wow. I tell you, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I mean, to be so young, have had so much success in the postseason. It's been fun to watch.
Carter, kick it out. Caldwell Pope goes to the mid-range. It doesn't work. Contact, and look out. Al Horford took exception. Officials get in between. There were issues in game one between Caldwell Pope and Horford after the hard foul. Thought he crossed the line.
And I watched Caldwell Pope there on that play. It looked like I'm not making excuses, but it looked like he didn't see Al Horford. He just kind of turned his head to run and kind of collided with him. I can't really tell from that angle. Certainly tempers flare, playoff basketball, and certainly a continuation. Oh, no, well, yeah. You never know what someone's intentions are there, but Al Horford not happy, neither is Jaylen Brown. And the physicality of the Magic, that's who they are. That's their identity as a team. And certainly now the officials will take a look and review.
Ed Malloy got in between immediately.
The play is under review for a potential flagrant involving the foul with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And we will also look at the altercation that ensued.
So in addition to the foul, they'll see if there was anything extracurricular beyond it. He got tied up down low with Horford, who was trying to make his way up the floor. Celtics with a fast break opportunity. Horford popped up quickly. Drew Holiday made sure that he didn't re-enter the floor, as did James Williams. And then you had something else brewing because Jaylen Brown was in the same area as Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and that's where Ed Malloy got involved. So Holiday was playing the role as peacemaker. Joe Mazzulla got over as well, just to make sure this did not exacerbate in any way. Caldwell Pope and Brown just exchanged some words, nothing beyond the normal back and forth.
And you want to keep your cool in these situations, obviously. You don't want someone to potentially have a cheap shot against you, and certainly Horford frustrated, but calmer heads prevailed there. And how about Ed Malloy jumping in between two guys?
Yeah.
There, you know? Officials can have courage too.
After review, it has been determined that KCP just trips Al Horford. There is no windup, there is no impact nor follow through. This is a common foul. Following that, there are no technical fouls for dead ball. It'll be side out Boston, 24 in the shot clock.
And the announcement from James Williams, also give him credit. He went right to KCP. He didn't go Caldwell Pope. He went right to the initials just to shorten the announcement and get us back into action.
I like that. I like that.
But the right call. There was nothing beyond what took place. Tempers flared a bit, but everything was under control. Joe Mazzulla, it's his approach. He's just got such an interesting perspective. When you sit down with him prior to the game, he can take it in areas that you didn't even imagine before you asked the question.
He's so fascinating. It's amazing. His voice, perfect for this group. Can't deny the success he's had with the Celtics.
Joseph trying to defend Brown. He gets him out of the way. Kicking around the perimeter. Shot clock winding down. Horford off the rim. And it's grabbed by Carter. 8-point lead for the Celtics. We approach 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Wagner. Drive and kick. Carter doesn't take the three. 10 to shoot. Open look. Wagner. Short. Pritchard shifting gears. Was that a pass? It was to Brown. He'll clear it. Holiday peeks at the clock. Screen set. White. Knock away. Turnover. Give credit to Joseph, who got a piece. Accelerating. Caldwell Pope layup. No! Banchero couldn't grab it initially. Lost it. Brown. No call. Caldwell Pope retrieves it. 6 to shoot. Banchero. The spin. The foul is called.
A tough break for Caldwell Pope there, not able to convert on that layup, but didn't give up on the play. Pursued the ball, great stunt and help there. Joseph causing a turnover. Pope misses the layup, but doesn't quit, gets involved. A little bit of a foul there, possibly on Joseph, and now Banchero drawing a foul, short clock. Not a whole lot of contact by Holiday. Certainly the breaks in favor of the Magic.
Enter for a chance to win NBA prizes at MichelobUltra.com/courtside, courtesy of Michelob Ultra Zero. 0 alcohol, 29 calories. Try it today. Talking about Joe Mazzulla and his approach to the game. Stephanie, I know, has more on Mazzulla and his whole perspective on these playoff games. Stephanie?
And it's interesting because we asked him about his plan against this team, and he said, you know, often because of his depth, he looks at what the opponent has to offer and where they can take advantage of the Celtics. He said the physicality was definitely a concern. He knew that tonight's matchup would be extremely physical, and he went on to say that it would be won in the trenches. The most physical team is going to win the matchup tonight.
Here's Horford. Great angle. +1.
Al Horford, the vet. Great quick decision, shot fake. This is the old Al Horford who used to operate down low in the low block right there and still gets it done. Great passer, defender, leader. We talked about what Joe Mazzulla mentioned with Stephanie there. He said this is not a cute game.
Yeah.
And he kind of smiled. He liked that.
The other part, too, is we often ask, you know, what do you have to do against an opponent? And when we ask that question, he said, well, no, I think of it the other way. What do they have to do against us?
Yeah.
And that's how I prepare our team. What is it that they can do against us? And then we obviously feel confident in what we can do, problem solving during the game.
Well, you can think that way when you're defending.
Yeah, you can. Carter got it for 3.
And big shot. Carter had passed up like 3 or 4 open three-point shooting opportunities there, but shot that one with confidence.
45-40. So Orlando did answer the bell after Boston made its second quarter run. Pritchard, spin. Banchero sticks with him. Horford, drop step. But he couldn't finish.
And there was some contact there. It looked like Joseph got away with a foul.
Right now 5-on-4. Carter, hot pass. Kick out Houston. Can't hit the 3. Pritchard with the board. We're going to hit 2 minutes to play in this first half. Pritchard lines it up. Off the rim. Houston will get called for the foul.
And it was a foul. Houston there wrapped up trying to face guard Porzingis. And Porzingis, you know, did a pretty decent job, I think, of selling that foul by falling. But you do everything you can as a small guy to keep someone with that kind of length off the glass. And right here, great spin baseline. It looked like Joseph pushed Horford, got a little off balance, and got away. Horford not pleased.
Are the Magic challenging this? Ed Malloy just made the motion. We'll step aside in a 5-point game. So the play was challenged by Orlando. They are not going to win the challenge. Determined that Houston wrapped Porzingis initially, and then whatever contact took place was after the Houston foul.
And they got it right there. But I understand Houston there trying to keep the big fella off the glass. Sometimes that's all you can do is wrap them up and foul.
So the foul on Houston. He is now on the bench. And Porzingis is going to the free throw line. Porzingis is 6 of 8 at the stripe. So these 2 attempts will put him at 10 free throw attempts in the first half. Orlando's got 6 collectively as a team. Every Path has a price, starring Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. Don't miss the new season of the Emmy-winning original series, The Last of Us, streaming Sundays at 9 p.m. exclusively on Max.
And Porzingis this year, that post-up game at the elbow, was able to draw shooting fouls. Really one of the highest rates in the NBA. So adept. Also so hard to guard him because of his length. You got to get in his space, which oftentimes leads to a foul.
Banchero goes diagonal. Wagner, pocket pass, count it, and the foul. Carter with a chance at a 3-point play.
And smart basketball. Wagner not settling, thought maybe for a second to shoot that 3, but by putting it on the floor, it forced Porzingis to come help. And Carter making himself available there. And with the easy 2 and 3-point play, old school opportunity.
Wendell Carter Jr., Duke product, now in year number 7. Shoots it at 74% of the free throw line. The Magic have climbed to within 4. Versatility. White can handle the ball. Pritchard can handle it. Brown can handle it. 10 to shoot. Brown makes his move. Stutter step, acceleration. He's fouled. So free throw attempts number 20 and 21 now for the Celtics.
And that's the part of the game with Jaylen Brown. You think about his game early in his career to where he's at now. His ability off the bounce, the ball handling, the comfort there, great hesitation, just kind of froze the defense. And of course, with his size, he can endure the punishment in getting to the free throw line.
Brown's a 4-time All-Star. He's 9 years in the NBA, so you start thinking, oh, he's got to be 31, 32. No, he's 29.
It's incredible. And he's had 125 career playoff games. He's already appeared in more postseason games than Hall of Famers Charles Barkley, David Robinson, Steve Nash, and Isaiah Thomas did in their careers. So we talked earlier, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, the amount of postseason games and success they've had is quite extraordinary.
It's 49-43 Celtics. They outscored the Magic 55-37 in the second half of game 1. Banchero, just over a minute to go in this first half. The flip, he gets the roll. Feathery touch from Paolo Banchero.
It really was, and I don't know if Derek White could have played that any better. Great offense trumps great defense.
We'll send it to Atlanta coming up. American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson, the rest of the gang. Ball gets ping-ponged around and into the hands of Wagner. So the Magic have cut it to 4. Oh, what a fake by Carter, and he muscles it in, plus the foul.
I'll tell you what nice footwork on the interior there. Wendell Carter Jr. with the hard drive, pivot, shot fake. And getting involved. We talked about who else for the Magic is going to step up and give some help. Wendell Carter with a quick 10 points here and 6 rebounds in the second quarter.
So double figures for Carter. The ball is knocked out of bounds off of Boston. This is an extended run of 21-12 in favor of the Magic.
Man, they're doing it by playing hard. I mean, the hustle, the activity, the defense. Certainly they got down by double digits, but they're able to fight to get back in it.
Wagner feed the post. Banchero. And it's rebounded by Brown. 2-for-1 opportunity here for Boston. White, he's going to hoist. Off the heel, rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis lost it. Carter got a piece. Shot clock is down to 7. Pritchard behind the back. Good defense there, and a foul is called.
Wow.
It's going to be a bailout with the shot clock about to expire.
I thought Wendell Carter Jr. had position. He was blocking out Porzingis. Porzingis kind of went over his head there. I'm not sure what you can do there defensively. You can't grab and hold him. Porzingis right over his back.
So that's number 3 on Wendell Carter Jr., and it sends Porzingis back to the free throw line.
And the Magic already used their challenge, so they can't review that play and try to get it overturned.
Bleacher Report is your one-stop destination for all things NBA. Get live scores, breaking news, highlights from today's games. Download the BR app right now. Another one for Porzingis. 14 points, 6 rebounds. He's 8 of 11 at the line. There's 17 seconds on the clock. Celtics lead by 3. Ten seconds to go, first half. Porzingis watched by Horford. Caldwell Pope sets the screen, a switch with Pritchard. Knocked away, and a foul is called. Pritchard ends up on his backside.
Right there, Pritchard not quitting. But almost kamikaze there, running into Banchero. Banchero, 6'10", 270. Got to be careful there. And Pritchard trying to reach in. And smart. Banchero get downhill and draw the foul.
So Banchero back to the free throw line. He is now 3 out of 5. Last year, Orlando lost in the first round to Cleveland. That was a 7-game series. It went the distance. Came up short against the Cavaliers. And he missed them both. Horford tosses it three-quarter court. End of the first half here in Boston, where the Celtics lead it 50-47 over the Magic. They've got a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 opening round series. Ernie Johnson and the American Express halftime report is coming up. First round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. Boston for game 2 of this opening round Eastern Conference Series. The Celtics 50, the Magic 47. Jamal Mosley, like everybody else, wanted to see who could step forward for the Magic as the third scorer, and it has been Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah, step forward. He has really timely baskets when Boston had a big lead. Wendell Carter in that second quarter, knocking down that 3, making himself available. Strong finishes on the interior, superior footwork inside. And so Wendell Carter and the Magic staying connected here. Now, can they continue with that kind of performance here in the second half?
Stephanie caught up with Mosley at the break. Stephanie.
Hey guys, I asked him what he liked in that first half. I mean, it's only a 3-point game. He said he liked their fight, that they did not lay down and stop playing. He did say he wants to see an improvement on the defense without fouling, and obviously offensive rebounding could be an issue.
No doubt, as Wagner delivers the first bucket of the second half. Boston is +10 off the glass, +5 offensive rebound, +5 defensive rebound.
Orlando has done a good job guarding the three-point line. Boston only 4 of 17 for 23% in that first half.
See if the Celtics can replicate their third quarter performance from game 1. Brown, high arcing jumper goes. It's a 3.
That was not easy right there. Great step back dribble, creating some separation for the 3.
Banchero back in. Caldwell Pope is yet to make a shot. He's 0 of 4 from the field. Banchero one-on-one with White. Off the double team. Ball movement. Caldwell Pope. Shot clock is winding down. Joseph has to hoist. And it grazes the rim. Rebounded by Brown. Brown. The 3. Got him. Back to back for Jaylen Brown from downtown. 56-49. Celtics. Sam Cassell is playing defense with Brown, the assistant coach. And it worked. Banchero missed it.
And Sam didn't play that hard on defense. He was in the lead.
It was a setup by me to you. Perfect lob.
Oh, man.
Brown's got 20 points. The roll by Holiday. And it's deflected out of bounds off of the Magic.
And right here, Brown just taking matters into his own hands, coming out, first possession. Beautiful move, and then a little shimmy, fake the drive, pull up. So Brown getting it going from downtown here early.
Jaylen Brown is 4 of 4 from three-point range. You have to dry off the ball, so obviously that hit a drink. And Ed Malloy has used the towel, and we are set to resume.
Watch this back screen for Porzingis.
Swing it on a bounce. Holiday sets, fires, no good. Horford the offensive board. White, the corner J is money. 9-0 run for the Celtics. Can the Magic answer? Boston now up by 10. Largest lead has been 11. Crowd has been rejuvenated. Joseph penetrates, flips it. Banchero, shot clock at 2. Swing it. Jumper, Caldwell Pope bounces off. Man, he can't buy one. And down goes Carter on the play. It's 5-on-4. Porzingis, nobody there. Magic need a timeout. Celtics have their largest lead of the night. Carter took an elbow from Horford to the eye. Boston is cooking here at home.
Boston and the playoffs are all about physicality and fight. And right here, Al Horford with an elbow right to the face of Wendell Carter as he was securing that rebound. And Carter went down in pain, was on the bench grimacing during this last timeout as he was attended to. And Boston was able to make them pay as Porzingis scored in transition.
Carter will remain on the floor. It's an 11-0 Celtics run. They opened the third quarter of game 1 on a 7-0 run and then never looked back. Banchero, nice fake on Holiday and the uncontested slammer.
I mean, to be 6'10", 270 and do that against a guy like Drew Holiday, a little wiggle by Banchero, but going to be getting stops here on this end for Orlando as Boston has found its groove.
Jaylen Brown pulls it back again. Carter doesn't leave his spot. Brown one-on-one, turns the corner, kicks it. Porzingis, shot clock winding down. White has to toss it up. Off the mark. Cleared by Caldwell Pope. Wagner operating towards the rim. Rejected by Horford. But the Magic come away with the offensive rebound. 9 to shoot. Banchero against Horford. Banchero, zigzag, kick, extra. Joseph, another extra pass. Wagner connects.
Big time shot there by Wagner, but three guys passing up open threes.
18 now for Franz Wagner. Open look, put it on the board. Porzingis, he put it off the board for 2.
And Porzingis shoots down when he releases the ball. So tall.
19 now for Kristaps Porzingis to go along with 7 rebounds. Wagner sizing up Holiday. Joseph makes a cut. Joseph continues on the drive and finishes with the left. 63-55 Celtics. Screen Porzingis. Brown switch Banchero. White feed it. Porzingis against the smaller defender Joseph. Kick. Brown over to Horford. Lines it up. Porzingis couldn't do it. He tried to finish all in one motion. Banchero. Fake on the double. Swing, swing. The 3 ball is off. Caldwell Pope is 0 for 6. He has taken the collar. Holiday, early offense. Horford. Kick it. White. Contested 3, no. Magic are down by 8. 6:32 to go in the third. Wagner's jumper, bottom. It's a 3.
Big shot there. Wagner a little indecisive on the shot, but steps up, knocks it in. Once again, Orlando hanging around, just down 5.
The 2025 NBA playoffs are presented by Google. Are they talking hoops or NFL draft? Mike Vrabel, Robert Kraft. Welcome back to New England, Braves.
Maybe all of the above. Maybe a little Celtics too. With the third quarter run, after Boston made a run, the Magic have responded. They did not turn the ball over. Efficient offensively has been Wagner, mid-range, three-point shots, collectively as a group, and of course, getting stops on the defensive end. Give this team credit. They're persistent. They just hang around. They don't quit.
They're on a 9-2 run. Celtics lead at 63-58. We approach the midway point of the third quarter. Boston leads the series 1-0. Brown, hesitation. He draws the foul. Banchero can't believe it. Free throws here for Jaylen Brown. Celtics playing without Jason Tatum. He's out with a bone bruise in his right wrist.
Brown right there using the shot fake. Banchero, he did not go for it, but he got a little bit too much into the space of Brown, and Brown able to draw the foul, a little contact. Smart, get to the free throw line and get a foul on Banchero.
Right now, let's take a look at our FanDuel Live point spread for tonight's game. Start of the game, Celtics minus 10.5, currently minus 9.5. They've got a 6-point lead. Celtics went 64-18 last season, won the NBA title. This season, won 61 games under Joe Mazzulla. Finished second in the Eastern Conference standings behind Cleveland, but certainly a threat to win the whole thing again. And a backward violation. Wagner just lost control of it.
Right there, Wagner just fumbled the basketball. Certainly, we talked to Jamal Mosley, limiting the turnovers, the live ball turnovers, that not turning into a bucket on the other end, but only 5 turnovers here for the Magic, so doing a better job this evening.
The last Celtic team to repeat, 1969. Holiday gets to the rack. So the lead is back up to 8 for Boston. Banchero one-on-one with Pritchard. Banchero, the fade, no. On the inside, Carter taken away by White. White accelerates. Circles and scores.
It looked like a Steve Nash dribble right there. Just patience, waiting for the opportunity to attack.
He's very savvy. Derek White now in his 8th year in the league. Foul called out front as Joseph made his move. It's going to be on Pritchard.
Holiday right here, just faking the dribble handoff, freezing the defense, getting to the rim, and then Derek White just patience. There's a little bit of movement cutting, and then gets to the rim. Tough shot over the length of Banchero. And those two right there, I mean, Holiday and White defensively, whatever you need on both ends of the floor, huge for Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics.
Wagner sits. Houston replaces him. Shot clock is down to 4. Joseph, pull up, blocked by Holiday. And White has got it for Boston. Limited action for Black, Isaac, Harris, and Anthony so far for Orlando. Brown, a blast to the rim. Finishes off the window.
It looked like Brown got fouled there. A little bit of contact on that drive, but Brown still able to finish.
23 now for Jaylen Brown. It's a 7-0 run. And a takeaway by Brown. Race to the rim, and Brown's going to win. Jaylen Brown with a hammer jam. Celtics have their largest lead of the night. Jaylen Brown getting it done on both ends of the floor. On TNT is brought to you by Clorox, because when you're looking for a boost, clean feels good. Right now the Celtics are feeling good, and now Jamal Mosley's going to make some changes, send in Goga Batadze to see his first action. At least that's what I thought. Nope. It is Black, Banchero, Caldwell, Pope. There's Batadze. I knew I saw him.
It's hard to miss.
Houston is in. I'm looking the other way. I'm like, man, I just saw the dude. 10 to shoot. Banchero defended by Holiday. Knock away. Batadze will set the screen. Banchero drives in and finishes with the left hand. He challenged Cornette.
Nice move. Holiday got way up in him, but a nice screen getting Banchero downhill. Once again, defensively, getting stops as Boston, so many weapons offensively.
Runway here for Brown. Fake on Batadze, and Brown scoops it home. That was pretty. 27 now for Jaylen Brown. The lead is back to 14. Shot clock is down to 10. Banchero, swing it. Black feeds it. Batadze, no look. Caldwell Pope can't hit the three. The follow goes. It's Black. (74-62). Under 3 minutes to play in the third. Batadze bumping bodies with Cornette. Brown loses it out of bounds.
How about this hesitation, selling the three, and then being able to kind of suspend himself, hang in the air, wrap around the contest of Banchero. A la Dr. J. With the, can I say Dr. J?
You can say that, yeah.
Comparing a Boston Celtics player.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, no.
Wasn't sure if that was allowed.
He was rocking the baby to sleep.
There you go.
Banchero banks it in. Difficult angle, and Banchero wanted a call. He's got 20.
Yeah, and these guys got to understand, look, they're letting him play. You know, Brown on some of his drives, Banchero begging for fouls. These officials are letting the physicality exist.
Peyton Pritchard using the Cornette screen. Hauser makes himself available. Short on a three. Box out. The question is, who will it be on? It appears to be Batadze.
Right there, a little bit of contact as Hauser trying to defend Banchero. Great touch. And a nice little kiss off the glass.
And Porzingis is back in. He replaces Drew Holiday. Exit with 6 points, 5 assists. Jumper goes! Peyton Pritchard, NBA Sixth Man of the Year. String music.
And you can't allow that. The sideline out of bounds play. Pritchard catch and shoot wide open, making a three. Fusion defensively for the Magic.
77-64. Boston. Harris probing. And it bounces in for Gary Harris.
Yeah, I like that little action right there. Get the ball, swing it, dribble, handoff. Harris able to turn the corner. A nice little set there by the Orlando Magic.
So you have Harris on the floor with Houston, Batadze, Black, and Banchero. Porzingis can't hit the three. Gang rebounding. Batadze throwing his body around. Just over a minute to go in the third. Banchero, one-on-one with Pritchard. Reload. Banchero rises up. Missed it. Pritchard holding his ground. And Porzingis takes a shot from Batadze.
And Batadze got fouled on that rebound attempt, and you saw him elbow Porzingis after he was fouled.
There is blood everywhere.
Yeah. You see, Batadze gets fouled and elbows Porzingis. Wow.
Ooh. He caught him right in the head. Now Batadze right away trying to let Porzingis know that it wasn't intentional, but it opened a gash immediately.
Yes, it did. Oh.
And Porzingis with a towel over his head, will head to the locker room, and the officials will head to the scorer's table.
He might be getting stitches with that gash there, but it looked like Batadze was fouled, or at least they called a foul as he was in there fighting and came down. You caught Porzingis right in the forehead there.
They called it on Batadze.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, they called it on Batadze. Well, obviously, the question there is that intentional or not? Will it be upgraded?
So Batadze was swinging his arms, I think because he felt he was held, and then probably trying to sell it to the officials that he's flailing, and he just turned and clips Porzingis in the head.
Ooh.
And that's what James Williams and Ed Malloy are looking at right now. Flagrant foul penalty 1 is unnecessary contact. Flagrant foul penalty 2, unnecessary and excessive contact. Batadze is manipulating his left shoulder. It was a bizarre angle that his body contorted into as he was trying to twist and turn to grab the rebound.
And you might be right. He might have been flailing his arm just to try to sell that, hey, I got fouled.
I thought so.
I don't think he was purposely trying to hit Porzingis.
No, which happens all the time, by the way, is
Right.
but he just caught him clean. And he knew it.
You saw earlier Horford catching Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell did not bleed like Porzingis did there, and playoff basketball and the physicality of these teams. We know Orlando plays physical. Boston wants to match that. These types of dust-ups happen.
It feels like this is going to be elevated.
Yeah. The question is, you elevate it because of the end result, or do you obviously make the call according to what happened on the court?
Well, that's a rather large bandage.
After review, it has been determined that there is wind-up and significant impact by Batadze to the head of Porzingis. That play has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. It'll be 2 shots for Porzingis. It'll be Boston balls side out.
I mean, you've got blood on the bridge of the nose, and then creeping up the forehead into his crew cut.
I mean, do they not have gauze pads to wipe the blood off? Or
I think they're going to have to. They're not going to let him play like that.
Okay, all right.
There is a blood rule in the NBA. You got to try to clean that up. Big smile. Kristaps Porzingis. The unicorn is enjoying every second of this. It's a loose ball foul, so he, of course, wants to shoot his free throws after the flagrant 1 sends him to the line by himself. And to your point, intent becomes irrelevant if the result is what we saw, which is the windup and the contact. Even though I don't think anybody believes that Batadze was looking to injure Kristaps Porzingis, he did. One out of 2.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Blood on the head, all over the face. Come in, shoot the free throw, and obviously will check out now and get cleaned up.
It's as if Rocky Balboa came out to shoot the free throws.
Oh, man. Talk about a fan favorite. They love Porzingis here in Boston.
Obviously, if he didn't come out to shoot him, he was done then for the night.
Yeah.
So that's why Porzingis came through the tunnel, shot the free throws, going back to the locker room where now they will deal with it and stitch him up. Meanwhile, it's 78-66 Boston. Under a minute to go in the third. Brown, swing, Pritchard, got a 3!
Once again, Jaylen Brown showing his playmaking ability Been aggressive offensively, looking for a shot right there. Finding the open shooter. Right now, Boston, looks like they're going to fall back into a zone here to close out this third.
Quick jack. Doesn't go for Wagner. Harris is there, and he floats it in. So that quiets the crowd for a moment. 28 seconds to play in the third. That was Boston's largest lead, 15. Currently 13. 5-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Final moments of the third quarter. Cornette right through his hands and out of bounds.
And unfortunate right there. Cornette was wide open. No one there. If he had caught that and able to get to the rim, I don't know if the pass was a little too high, but missed opportunity for Boston.
Cornette sits. And Horford is back in. Now Houston will take the floor with 12 seconds left. A shooter, Bataze, to the bench. (81-68). Celtics lead it. Banchero gets a screen from Harris. 6 seconds to go. Banchero looking to go coast to coast and does, plus the harm.
Right there. Fantastic move. Splitting the double team right there and using that right hand while going left and drawing the foul. Oozing with talent. Banchero is like that perfect combination of skill, size, and power.
Got it all. So polished. 7'1" wingspan. Pritchard fires off the mark to end the third quarter. Boston 81, the Magic 71. We go to the fourth. Yo, Adrian. First round coverage on TNT presented by NerdWallet.
Welcome back to Boston. Jaylen Brown's running mate Tatum out for tonight. He has stepped up big time, knocking down threes, playing good defense, being aggressive. And moments ago, Stephanie Reddy caught up with Boston Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla.
Thank you so much, Coach. That 11-0 run in the third quarter really helped you get this largest lead. What was the key there?
We just got out in transition and we were able to get stopped. Kept them off the free throw line up until the end of the quarter.
Last quarter of this game, what do you have to do? You talked about physicality. We have certainly seen it tonight.
Yeah, we just got to do a great job of keeping them off the free throw line. We got to rebound and we got to execute the other end.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Stephanie, we start the fourth with Boston leading Orlando. Chance to take a 2-0 series lead with game 3 set for Friday night. 7:05 tip down in Florida. 81-71 Celtics. Holiday over Banchero for 2 on the foul.
And Drew Holiday is so smart and so experienced right there. Had the matchup with Banchero, just took 2 dribbles and kind of went up. I think maybe Banchero might have had his hands in the cookie jar. Going into his shooting motion, drawing that foul. Holiday just makes timely plays. Doesn't wow you with his numbers, but defense, leadership, offensive rebounding are so solid and important to this Celtics quest for a repeat.
He is now 4 of 8 from the field. He's got 9 points, 5 assists, and the lead is back up to 13. Banchero over Brown. He's got it. A 3.
And I actually think that contest by Jaylen Brown kind of forced Banchero to get good arc on that shot. Tough shot for Banchero.
26 points, 8 rebounds for Paolo Banchero. 10-point game. Holiday. Bounce it. Cornette comes up short. Banchero there defensively. It's out of bounds.
And look, twice today in this game, Magic got down double figures. They were able to chip back, get back into the game, and they do it again here in this fourth.
Banchero short. Cornette kept it alive, and then contact with Bataze. So the foul called against the Orlando big man.
credit inside there. Great block out on the interior. Orlando known for being a tough-minded rebounding team. Fournette getting physical.
They are losing the rebounding battle, 36-27 Boston. Orlando does have 40 points in the paint, but they've shot 5 of 22 from long range. Brown forced to give it up. Cornette trying to keep the ball moving. Pritchard, 3 to shoot. Pritchard, fend off, bounce, White fires. It's short. And Wagner knocks it over to his teammate. Banchero splits defenders, and he's fouled.
Banchero, 2 elite defenders there back. Both Derek White and Jaylen Brown tries to split them, and the confidence with his ball handling in the open court, but also the physicality drawing that foul. This bodes well for the Magic. You know they like to get to the free throw line. Banchero shooting 2.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Expedia, made to travel. Paolo Banchero is just 4 of 8 at the free throw line.
Magic as a team, 7 of 12, 58%. That's what you want here in the playoffs.
1 out of 2 for Banchero. Orlando played the 2nd slowest pace in the NBA this season. Number of possessions per game. And they trail the Celtics 84-75. Holiday. And it's denied by Batadze. Get it ahead. Wagner attacking. 3 defenders in the area, and it's tipped out to Black. Running through Banchero. Oh, no, look! What a tasty dish! Banchero to Batadze for the flush. Timeout Celtics.
Defense to offense. Banchero, great patience. No look inside. Showing off the skill, passing ability. Wow.
Time for our TNT game break presented by PayPal. Coming up, Jimmy Butler and the Golden State Warriors taking on Jalen Green and the Houston Rockets. Game 2 with the Warriors in front 1-0. Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, Lauren Jabara will have you covered. Second half of our playoff doubleheader here on TNT. 84-77, the Celtics lead the Magic with 9.5 to play in the 4th. Switch. Brown goes around Batadze, and the flip doesn't go. Batadze grabs the defensive board.
Once again, Brown, nice hesitation, just could not finish on that floater.
Banchero, he wants Batadze to set a screen. Banchero pull up, bullseye.
And that's where he is so good. 6'10", mid-range game. Just taking what the defense gives you, simplifying things on the offensive end.
It's an 8-0 run. Never say die attitude from the Orlando Magic. The roll, Brown, kick it, Horford. Ball fake, give it up, back, team basketball. Brown to Horford for the deuce.
Sharing is caring, and Tatum approves.
Jason Tatum missing his first career playoff game because of a right wrist injury. Banchero, it's off. White grabs the loose ball. Get into a set here with Brown against Batadze. Brown through the legs. Foul Batadze.
Art right there. Jaylen Brown attacking the mismatch, not settling. Going right at Batadze there. And Batadze thought he got all ball. But you see the difference. Boston, multiple guys running sets, making decisions. Right now, it's all Banchero putting the ball in his hands and someone else stepping up. Maybe Wagner getting more involved. Some passes, ball screens. Isolation basketball in the 4th quarter against Boston. So hard to execute.
Don't miss out on your shot at $1 million. Submit your playoff bracket before they lock tomorrow with NBA Pick'em Bracket Challenge. Presented by Castrol. Play free at nba.com/bracket or on the NBA app. But Taze getting his money's worth, 4 fouls in 8 minutes. And here comes Kristaps Porzingis out of the tunnel.
He's still smiling.
And a smaller bandage. They went from the mega bandage to the micro bandage.
Oh, man. It's progress.
88-79. Celtics. Extending out Horford defensively. Black catch and shoot. Can't hit the three. Brown guides it over to Pritchard. Ahead for Holiday. And now he'll back it out with 7:50 on the clock. Brown, one-on-one. Oh, shake, bake. Tip and goes. It's White.
Brown had him on skates.
And a foul on Holiday as Taze on the bench watching this physical play. The foul is called.
And Carter there was clapping like he was in church. Didn't know what to do. As Brown showing off his skill and great tip in on the offensive glass.
It's the 4th foul on Holiday. That is 3 team fouls on Orlando, 2 on Boston. Taze, Banchero, 4 apiece. Holiday has 4. Blocking foul, count the basket, and a chance for 3. Pritchard takes the hit.
And good awareness there from Black. Obviously the man guarding him on the out-of-bounds pass jumped back to Wagner. Nice give and go there. Attack could have gone either way there, but Black was able to concentrate, finish, and you know, this game, the way it's played, they slowed it down. It works to the Magic's advantage. It's going to have to continue to be stellar on both ends here these last 7:34.
Anthony Black has been efficient. 9 points, 18 minutes of action. And it's an 8-point game. 7:27 to play in the 4th. White defended by Harris. Horford sets the screen. 10 to shoot. Brown one-on-one with Wagner. Horford asking for it against the guard Harris. Oh, he pulled the chair out from under him. And the foul was called. I know we're going to say it. But he pulled a Rick Mahorn.
He pulled a Rick Mahorn right there. I'm not used to seeing the little guys doing that. But Harris, oh, he grabbed him a little bit with his left arm, so that's why. But Horford was also, he kind of lost his balance at the same time as Porzingis set the check back in. And I love the versatility. Porzingis checking in. Porzingis at 7'2", checking in for Peyton Pritchard. So Joe Mazzulla not afraid to mix things up.
Saw that earlier when Cornette replaced Holiday. Porzingis deep position, but it rims out on the short one. Get it ahead for Harris. 8-point game, under 7 minutes to play. Black drives, and he's fouled by White.
And actually a good set there, getting ball from side to side. Not a lot of isolation there, and Derek White got a lot of ball on that. Derek White, one of the best shot blockers as a guard in the NBA. It felt like he had a clean block on that play.
Stanley Cup playoffs continue tomorrow. Game 2 of the Panthers and Lightning, 6:30 Eastern, followed by Game 3 of the Golden Knights and Wild at 9. Coverage begins at 6 o'clock Eastern on TBS and Max. 14 foul against Boston. 7-point game. Black now has 10. Brown one-on-one with Wagner. Celtics shooting it at just 43% from the field. White lets it fly. Got it! Downtown hit for Derek White. Back to a 10-point lead. Wagner comes to the ball. Couldn't attack on Porzingis. Clear it for Black. Banchero Double team, kick, Caldwell Pope. It will not go down for KCP. But a loose ball foul is called. Unless the ball was just knocked out of bounds. And it was. So Orlando's going to retain.
Tough night shooting from three for KCP. 0 for 6 from the three-point line.
Caldwell Pope was signed to a 3-year, $66 million deal to be the experience factor for Orlando. Wagner lines it up. In and out. And it's going to stay right here.
And they're calling on Derek White, who was face guarding Anthony Black, trying to prevent him from getting the offensive rebound. And they've been consistent with that tonight. You face guard a player and you grab them and hold them, they're going to call that. They're letting other things go, but they've called it both ways as Derek White argues his case.
So that's number 4 on White. Black just split a pair of free throws. Misses on the front end. The Magic are shooting 59% at the line. They're 10 of 17. One out of 2 for Black. Second year. Was a standout at Arkansas, the 6th overall pick in 2023. 93-84, Celtics. Horford sets the screen for White. It's good! Derek White, cha-ching! Back to a 12-point cushion. Banchero missed it. Follow, no, but a foul. Two more free throws for Paolo Banchero.
Once again, Banchero initiates the play, but 2 possessions in a row. Derek White launches from deep. That first one was from Cape Cod. Once again, that screen and roll action. Quick trigger, great confidence. White here on the screen and roll action. Banchero not attached enough. White doesn't need much space to get that shot off.
As mentioned, Kristaps Porzingis is back in there. Stephanie has more on Porzingis.
And you notice the bandage did decrease in size. I found out there are 5 stitches underneath of there, so that's why he is all set and ready to go.
Yeah, Porzingis, his whole demeanor has been positive throughout this whole process.
Looks like he plays for the Boston Bruins with that patch.
He'd be a big defenseman. White, short, Horford gets in there for the offensive rebound. Swing it, Horford, drive it, kick it, White, short. Popped up in the air and Black claims it for the Magic. We have under 5 minutes to play now. With Boston up by 11. Banchero, Euros. Corner, Carter, count it for 3.
Somebody knocks down a 3. Banchero, 4 guys in the paint guarding him. Carter with a big time corner 3.
6 assists now for Paolo Banchero. They are 6 of 26 from three-point range. That's 23%. Brown one-on-one. Off the heel. And a loose ball foul on White. Celtics are over the limit. Free throws for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Right there, Brown got the matchup he wanted. Going for the ball, Caldwell-Pope falling there may have played a role. And this plays well here for the Magic, who have struggled scoring. And now put KCP on the line. Maybe just seeing the ball go through for him on the free throw line. May help him when he has another one of those open opportunities from 3.
It's number 5 on Derek White. Pritchard will replace him. 2 free throws here for Caldwell-Pope. And even that isn't working. TNT is your new home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris beginning May 25th on TNT and stream on Max. 30 minutes for Caldwell Pope, and he is on the board. His first point of the night. 96-89. Every time you think the Celtics might run away and hide, the Magic answer. We're going to hit the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Pritchard against the big Carter. Work it to the other side. Now Brown with 5 to shoot. Wagner digs in defensively. Brown makes his move. Brown loops it in.
Tough shot right there. Really good defense, better offense.
29 for Jaylen Brown. Wagner crosses. In and out on the floater. Wagner, he has scored 21. He is 1 of 6 from three-point territory and just missed on a short one. Brown. Little shimmy, pull up. Oh, the eephus! Jaylen Brown tickles the clouds. The banker goes for Caldwell Pope. You'll take it any way you can get it. You know, that's why the board is there.
Okay, Calvin Hill.
that was your dad's advice back in the day.
Well, he told me that shooting free throw wasn't great advice.
He was not a basketball aficionado, is what you're saying.
Oh, man.
Here's Holiday. Fend off. Pritchard underneath. In a tough spot. Wheels in for 2 of the foul. Creativity from Peyton Pritchard. Boston again up by double figures. They can tack on another. The Celtics are poised to take a 2-0 lead in the first round series.
Screen! Take mine, take mine. Hey, good rotation though.
Jay, you right. Shoot the ball. Get my rebounds up.
Square, 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 square.
We running, y'all. Come on now.
That's on. Oh, yeah.
Hey, KP, you make these free throws, you a legend. And you make these free throws, you a legend.
Well, KP made 1 of 2 free throws after the injury. But Porzingis has been back out there contributing. Celtics 102, Orlando 91. Pritchard has scored 14 off the bench and misses on the free throw attempt. Leading scorer is Jaylen Brown, 33 points in the absence of Jason Tatum. They've also gotten 20 from Kristaps Porzingis. Banchero, another kick, same spot. Carter, same result. It's a tray ball.
And Boston just like daring Orlando to shoot the ball from the perimeter. Carter wide open. Able to convert.
102-94. Just over 2 minutes to play. Holiday screen. Brown now defended by Banchero. 7 to shoot. Brown. Little body bump, and Wagner gets a piece. They're going to run out of time. Shot clock violation.
And right there, Orlando showed a different look. Brown isolating one-on-one. They didn't leave him on an island. Banchero, Wagner came over to double team and forced that turnover.
Wagner, it's been a struggle from three-point territory. 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. 102-94. That was a quick hitter that did not work. 10 to shoot. Pritchard. Switch it. Holiday. Elusive kick. Jumper. Brown. Got it.
Big time 3. So hard to run and trap a team like Boston with great ball handlers and decision makers.
Banchero hangs. Couldn't convert. And with 1:15 to go, the Celtics in control. 105-94. Brown now has 36 points, 5 of 6 from downtown. Holiday swing. Brown, corner. In and out. Horford is there. It's a cleanup on aisle 42.
a lot of aisles.
It's a big store. Spin move. Wagner gets it to go. The Magic running out of time. 45 seconds to go, and it's out of bounds. Horford turns it over. Upcoming NBA playoff schedule, NBA TV tomorrow night. The Nuggets are in LA to meet the Clippers. ESPN Friday. Magic hosting the Celtics. Timberwolves home for the Lakers. The Pacers are in Milwaukee. Go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app for more info. Sam Hauser checking in. 44.7 on the clock.
Fantastic performance tonight. Jaylen Brown, we talked about stepping up, and certainly did that.
Banchero. Contact.
36 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Jaylen Brown, very efficient, 5 of 7 from the three-point line. Just a tremendous performance. And certainly Banchero as well, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
Got 32 seconds left. And the foul is drawn. Wagner will shoot 2. Most 30-plus point playoff games in team history. Jaylen Brown, 6th place now. 14 of them. Franz Wagner. What's Orlando going to take away from this game now heading home Friday night?
They did some good things here tonight, and obviously defensively they were solid. They valued the basketball much better. You know, really they got to hit some shots. I mean, they're not a high assist team because they don't make open shots. You know, Banchero would have triple-doubles more frequently if guys can knock down shots, but the role players typically play better at home, and the others are going to have to step up big.
Terrific play by Porzingis to bounce that one off of Wagner. That looked like a sure turnover by the Celtics. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, great presence of mind right there. Porzingis saving it from going out of bounds and knocking it off Wagner. So maximum effort even with 30 seconds left.
White gets it in for Holiday. 7-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Horford's not going to shoot it. Take the air out of the ball, and now Houston fouls Holiday with 20.2 on the clock. Magic over the limit. Holiday gets to pad the numbers. He's got 9 points, 6 assists. So give the Celtics the win to take a 2-0 series lead over the Magic. Boston went 16-3 in the playoffs last season, winning the title. They continue to produce with different combinations on the floor. And I think something that Joe Mazzulla is really proud of, their ability to mix and match and figure some things out as they go. Back in. Banchero. Excellent numbers for Banchero tonight. 32 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. And that's going to be out of bounds as the Magic are still playing hard here, not allowing the Celtics to bring it across the timeline. Get it in. Houston at the horn, and that's it. No Jason Tatum, no problem for the Boston Celtics. They defeat the Magic 109-100 to take a 2-0 series lead here in the opening round of the 2025 NBA playoffs. Magic showed fight, ultimately not enough to match up with the defending champions.
Yeah, they competed, they scored more.
дыши, тоскую осторожный над бескрайней топью. Огонь невозможный, распростершийся призрак ветла придорожной. Вот что ты мне сулила. Могила, 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 могила. Могила, могила, могила.
Гроза прошла, и ветка белых роз в окно не дышит ароматом. Еще трава полна прозрачных слез, и гром вдали гремит раскатом. Гроза прошла, и ветка белых роз в окно не дышит ароматом. Еще трава полна прозрачных слез, и гром вдали гремит раскатом.
So cold. Now I'm wondering how I'm gonna get you back. Hey, nothing about to make it right. Jamila kiyabe mun. Na dawo gida ban ga Jamila ba. Na dawo gida ban ji muryanta ba. Hey, wayo, a neman mun Jamila. Jamila, don Allah gida gida, babu abin da zai raba mu har abada. Jamila, zuciya na ɓaciwa. Gida gida, gida gida, gida gida. Ooh, no matter what people do or say, this love will never die. If I knew I never hurt you so bad, drinking so much, too much women in my life. Kwashe mata, Jamila, I'm so sorry. I mean a girl. Inna dawo gida na gan Jamila na. Inna dawo gida in ji muryan Jamila, in ci abincin Jamila. Wayo.